chosen ones. We are the few, our Father's favorite son. And we're coming after you. 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 Our time has just begun to rise anew. Our world will come undone when we're coming after you. And we're coming after you. And we're coming after you. And we're coming after you. Are coming after you. We're coming after you. We're coming after you. We're coming after you. And 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 we're coming after you.
Well, hey, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but you know what? We're here. We're live. We're ready to go. So it's good to see you guys. I'm so glad to be here. It has been a minute since I've done one of these live streams. I think it's actually been a good 2 weeks. And so I'm just excited to finally be back with one of these things. It is about time. Rachel and Diana in the house. Glad to see you guys are here. What is going on, ladies? So I hope you're enjoying the day. You know, this has been interesting around here in Iowa because we have had non-stop rain. It has just been crazy. So it just keeps coming down, and I'm hoping we've finally got a break, but I'm not quite sure about it. So I suppose we'll find out, but it's a good day to stream. And yes, I do have a unicorn mug at the moment. So glad to be here with you guys. I wanted to kind of let you guys know of some new exciting news that we got going on here. Here with the channel, I think I had mentioned it a few weeks ago. It's something that I've talked about several different times. And I think one of the things that I've mentioned is about wanting to do this podcast. And as you can see, I've got the Shure SM7B going right now. I've actually got this running through my Zoom F4 field recorder, and it is acting as an audio interface for the computer. So I'm loving the sound. I'm loving the audio quality of this. It's just crisp, clean. It gets my voice coming through in just an amazing way. So I'm excited for this. I'm actually going to, my plan is to record my first episode for the podcast tomorrow. I've got somebody I've contacted on Fiverr to help me with the intro. And they're working on that currently, so I imagine I'll have that ready to go in the next couple days. And my goal is to hopefully have the first episode of the podcast up going and live on Monday. So that's kind of where I'm at with this thing. As far as what we're going to be calling it, I think I'm just going with like the digital ministry podcast. And essentially what I want to do, and I think I had mentioned this even in last week's vlog, is kind of do a walkthrough on what I'm learning as I'm learning in this process of sharing God's love here in the digital world, and then just kind of trying to take you guys along with the journey. Also have some conversation with other people that are doing similar things in not just YouTube, not just podcasts, but any of the social media spheres, any of those places. What are the stories? What are the strategies? How are they doing what they're doing? And what can we learn from that for the glory of God? So that's kind of what the goal is going to be for it. We're going to see how this plays out. I've never recorded a podcast. I've never done anything like that. It's been months in the works. I've been studying this, trying to find a lot of the back end. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be a fun project for me. Diana, yeah, you're just, I think about 6 hours south of me, and literally just started raining. Great. I'm hoping it stays a little farther south and you can keep it a little bit. Man, this Midwest, it's just been hitting over and over again. I don't know, maybe I'll post a picture sometime on Facebook or something of our backyard. It is flooded beyond belief. I mean, we've been in this house for 11 years, and I think this is the worst that I've seen in our backyard. It's bad. I mean, just, we got a pond, so I'm kind of interested to see what happens with it. We're not going to be able to mow for a few weeks, but I guess I don't do much mowing anyways. Thank you, Genevieve. That even picked up the slurp. Man, that's so good. So, like always, when we do these live streams, if you guys have got any questions, comments, musings, anything you want to discuss, anything you want my opinion on, anything you just want to chat about, I mean, just go ahead and let me know. Until then, I'll probably just be, going along and doing what I normally do, posting some things here and there, talking about a few different things that I've got going on. Now, is it just me, or is my audio off a little bit on that? Yeah. How about now? That should be a little bit better. I was just looking at that and I'm thinking, yeah, that just didn't quite look right. There it is. Yeah, old microphone, new microphone, old audio setup, new audio setup. I think I've got it now. Pretty close. Maybe. At least it looks pretty close to me as I see my lips moving. I don't know. If so, let me know in the comments if it really bugs you that much. I'll try to play with it a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry about it too much right now because I think it's pretty close. So one of the other things that I am excited to tell you guys about, I wonder if I could actually figure this out too. I might actually be able to do this. I'm going to attempt to do something here real fast, so just bear with me, guys. I want to try to add in an input so I can show you one of my desktop screens. And that is not what I wanted to do at all. Huh. I have no idea what I just did. Okay, I think I fixed it. Anyways, so I'm trying to add this input. You gotta love technology. I remember not that long ago when Jared and we were doing our live stream, and one of the things we were talking about is how when he had looked at this screen, it was just kind of mind-boggling how confusing my setup can be. And it definitely is. It takes me a little bit to even figure out exactly what I'm doing and how I've got this going. And apparently this isn't doing what I want it to do. So I may not be able to do this, but I'll try one more thing. If this doesn't work, I think it's going to be worth it. I really do think this is going to be worth it for you. If I can get this. Ooh, we've almost got it. And okay. So are you guys ready for this? You ready for the big announcement, so to speak, if I've got it? Here it is for you. So I can let you guys know somebody actually caught on to this in last week's vlog because they clicked on the description, rolled down. Great job, Charles. Love you for it. But what we have got is I have officially launched a Patreon page. And so what that means is it is about time that I have opened up the opportunity for you guys to help support this digital ministry. And so essentially what's going to be happening is you guys have got the opportunity to come on here, and for as little as $1, you can support this ministry. You can wind up coming in. I've got a few different tiers. Basically the friends, the followers, the family, the fellows, the fellow plus, and then the financiers. So depending on what level of support, and there are going to be a little extra bonuses of some of these, but this is really the first time that I'm kind of opening up the opportunity for people to support this ministry financially. Up until this point, the entire first year that I've been running this has been all about my wife and I just investing in to see if this was something viable that God would be able to use to really impact people and their lives and do so with the love of God. I wanted to make sure that this was something that I could sustain without any financial support, just to make sure it would be a way of helping encouraging you to live by faith. And that's what I've done up to this point. It's been all out of our pocket. We have spent thousands of dollars to do this, to get the right equipment, to upgrade things. And now this is the opportunity for you guys to really partner with me if you so choose. The one thing I would encourage all of you to do is continue to pray for me, pray for our family, and pray for this ministry, because we are reaching people. We are having an impact, and it is amazing. And so I covet your prayers more than anything. But if you guys are also feeling so inclined by God to sow into this in a financial way, and I'm talking above and beyond what you would be doing in your tithes and offerings to your local church, if you're looking for another ministry to sow into and you're kind of thinking, Josh, I love what you're doing. I love what you've been doing, and I want to help out. I want to be a part of that as well. Man, I'd be more than happy to have you join along for the ride. This is also going to be something I think it's going to be very beneficial for, let's say, other Christian creators, especially people that are looking at doing some type of a digital ministry, because there are a couple tiers on there, primarily thinking about the let me kind of look there. I think it was the fellow. Yeah, so the fellows, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is adding in like a monthly video chat where running for about 30 to 60 minutes, no more than 10 people in on there. And we're just going to chat about pretty much anything that's out there. But then I've also got the Fellow Plus where we can do a one-on-one video chat. This is primarily going to be things that other creators can really benefit from if they're wanting to know some of the back end of how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and maybe wanting a little bit of one-on-one mentorship or even like group type mentorship. This is a great place to be able to do that and really engage on there. And then it's also going to be the opportunity that for the rest of you guys, I mean, even at like $5 level, I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes content, as well as like early access on some of the videos. So I've got one that I'm in the middle of editing right now, and it's a Veda recap. So kind of more of a fun blooper reels type of deal. Some of the highlights that I saw through the Veda editing process that I wasn't able to include into those vlogs, I'm pulling all of those out, putting it in a new one, and that's going to get dropped on the Patreon page, early access for those patrons that are supporting before it goes live for the rest of the YouTube community. But you guys, just for supporting here and hitting that little subscribe button, you're going to be getting access to that too. So it's just one of those little perks that given a little bit of early access and things like that. So I'm really excited for this. I love the idea of supporting other ministries. It's something that my wife and I have been doing for 12, 13 years, something like that. Not only our local church, but we find other ministries that, you know, we just kind of feel called to and we feel like supporting. And man, I help support a lot of the Christian YouTubers that I know you guys watch a lot of my videos. You've jumped on these streams. I do a lot of Amazon purchasing, and when I'm doing that purchasing, I'm constantly going to your videos, checking your description, running down, seeing if I can find an Amazon affiliate link and using it to make my purchases. Just little things that I can possibly do. Some of you've run live streams, and because you're beyond that $1,000 or 1,000 subscriber threshold, you're able to do the super chats. And so some of you have gotten a little bit from me here and there on super chats as well. I just love giving to people that have blessed me and encouraged me. And I've had a few people over the last couple months that have reached out to me and say, Josh, we would love to have you ever thought about, and in the back of my mind somewhere I had, but I hadn't really given it too much thought. So I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead. I've been running the channel for about a year. I've been working with Twitter, a little bit on Facebook, but a lot on Instagram as well. And I thought, we've got a lot of you guys that have been supporting me along this ride, so why not? So that's what I did. It has been a blast. So checking on here, Jolene's in the house saying, I was just at the Davis City Park. I'll post a picture to Facebook. It's not too bad. Weather Channel forecast 18.1 feet or 6.1 feet above flood stage. Yeah, Jolene, I don't remember when it was, but I saw a couple of those that you had posted. So yeah, it was kind of the amount of flooding around here has been crazy. I kind of equate it back to 93 or 2008 when we got quite a bit here in Iowa, but it looks like it's doing pretty good. And I was in Des Moines the other day driving down Fleur Drive, and there was quite a bit there as well. So Mario Escobedo just hopped on. Did you already give a podcast update? I gave a little bit of one, Mario, not a whole lot, but the little bit that I did, essentially what I'm doing is tomorrow morning, I will be recording my first podcast. I'm also starting to line up some interviews of people that I'm wanting to interview on the podcast. And so we'll be setting those up over the next couple weeks. And then I've already contacted the lady that I've worked with in the past on Fiverr. She's currently recording the intro for me. So I think she's got like a 72-hour turnaround time. So I imagine the next couple days I'll have it. So the goal is to have the first episode up live and ready to go Monday. So that's kind of what my plan is. And if that works, the goal is to do at least release one a week for now. I don't know if I can really maintain any more than that. And that may even be biting off a little bit more than I can chew. So we'll see how that goes. But I've already tested out a lot of the system. I've got the mic set up. It's working. It's ready to go. My Zoom F4 recorder is fantastic. The camera, that all set up. I've been working on the color grading, so if I wind up doing interview where I need multiple cameras, I've kind of figured out how to match the color profiles, so that'll all look good. And then I also picked one of these up to test out. It is just a little a tabletop mic stand as well. In case I'm doing an on-location interview, I am not going to take my Blue Compass podcast arms. So I will take the SM7B with me. I've got to find a good case to kind of haul that in because, man, this thing's a little bit pricey. And then probably in the next few weeks, I'm planning on buying another one of these just for those type of interviews in person where I can do that. I love the sound of this. I love the way my voice sounds through it. It's honestly one of the first times and the first microphones that I've had that my voice sounds like I hear it in my ears. It's really close to that. And so it's interesting. But I love it. I love the way it sounds. So I'm excited for that. So that's kind of the podcast update. We're calling it the Digital Ministry Podcast. That's what I'm going with, or it'll just be Digital Ministry. There's no point in putting podcast in the title of podcasts, I don't think. It just seems a little redundant to me, but I don't know. So that's kind of what the plan is. And essentially, it's just taking you guys along the journey of what I'm doing and trying to share God's love here in this digital world and encourage you to live by faith, how I'm doing that through all the different socials. But at the same time, it's not just my journey. It's going to be reaching out to other creators that are doing things like that, other Christians that are really leveraging the power of social media and creating an impact with different types in the digital space. And so I want to learn from them and see how they're doing it. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for these type of conversations. I think it's going to be really fun for me to learn from other people and also kind of collaborate with them on some things. So this is stuff that I'm already interested in. And because I am interested in this, it's going to be very easy for me to do interviews, to have conversations, and to be able to talk to you guys about it. So I'm excited for that whole concept. And like Sunday at church, I was just talking to one of the ladies from our church about this concept and how, you know, when the Great Commission hit and Jesus told us to go into all the world and preach the gospel, it's like, what part of all the world did we not understand? And for many years, it was difficult for us personally to go into the uttermost parts. But with this internet age, the digital age that we live in, there is this digital world that we can reach people halfway across the world immediately. And that's exciting for me. And we all, as Christians, have been called into the ministry. Maybe not the fivefold ministry of the pastor, the evangelist, the prophet, the apostle, and the teacher, but we've all been called, as the scripture says, into the ministry of reconciliation, which is us helping to reconcile the relationships that people have with the Father. And so for me, it's like, we should be doing that, and we should be doing as much of that as we possibly can, especially when there is this access. We've got such a ready access for all of this. I mean, it takes hardly anything for somebody to just hop on Facebook and do a little something, or Twitter, or YouTube, or it's easy. It's really easy. I mean, I think most of us have one of these things in our pockets. And so that, it winds up giving us such great access. We can send out encouraging messages. We can tweet out events and things like that. We can share God's love through just pictures and videos. And this, I don't know, the technological age that we set in is just so astounding to me. And I think we have such an opportunity to really impact the world with the love of God. And now's the time. And it's like, let's just do it. So while I'm doing it, I want to try to encourage others to do it and really just kind of show them how I'm doing it and learn from others that are doing it in a different way. So yeah, that's the podcast update. That's what's going on. And so I am excited for all of that. One of the other things that I did want to talk to you guys about tonight, and if everything works out correctly, you'll see some more about it on Friday. Well, my son just turned 14, and he has been asking for a YouTube channel since he turned 13, actually before then. And we've went through this back and forth where I keep asking him, why do you want it? Why do you want it? Why? Trying to get to the why. Also wanting to make sure that I understand how it works so I can try to help him a little bit. And with that whole process, one of the things that is finally happening, is taking place, is that he is launching his channel. And we're going to actually be recording his first video tomorrow and hoping to get that uploaded on Friday. It'll also be me uploading a video on Friday, which is kind of a family vlog. It's his birthday vlog, but this has been like a week-long birthday vlog where I'm kind of covering what we did on his birthday, but at the same time, the process of him setting up this channel and kind of getting it and just little conversations. And so this is even an interesting thing because he's not quite sure, like most of us who start out on YouTube aren't quite sure what we're doing or how we're going to do it or even the exact direction that we're going. And so he's got a broad idea and a general idea. But I think the one thing that's been really encouraging to me is he does want to make sure that his Christian values come through and that it's a place where people can come, they can watch the content, maybe be entertained by it, but not have to worry about any negativity, any foul language, any hatred or animosity that's coming through that, but just to have some good stuff. So I think he's kind of excited for that whole thing. I'm excited to see how he does. I'm also excited to get him trained up on video editing and a lot of that stuff. If he can pick it up real fast, maybe I can start paying him to be my video editor so I don't have to do as much of it. But I don't know. It's going to be fun. So you guys will probably get a little bit of an announcement in my video on Friday about that. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind that I may be asking you to go check some stuff out, and it may be your cup of tea. It may not. That's all right. I'm still going to give the kid a little bit of a shout out. So, Genevieve asking if I need some coffee. I think I'm good. Yeah, I am doing pretty good. So, yeah, well, guys, really, this was kind of just an impromptu thing. I've been working a lot on the podcast side of it, wanting to make sure I got a lot of the back end going so I really understood kind of a workflow for this, because I want to be able to put out new episodes on a consistent basis without taking away from what I'm already doing here on YouTube. So it's been a little bit of a learning process. I really need to wipe my whiteboard back down and lay some new things out with some new direction. I got a bunch of notes set in here. But yeah, Diana, perfect. Plans, lots of great things ahead. Absolutely. That's exactly how it feels. I got a lot of plans, a lot of things that I'm working on, and really just trying to balance it all out to make sure that I'm not taking away from any one thing, but really building on and also having them work with each other. the one other thing that I do think about, and you guys are going to see, here's another part of the little podcast thing, is this is going to be in video formatted as well. So the plan is that I will be uploading the video on YouTube and the audio will be on all of your favorite podcast platforms. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take for all that to roll out. Part of it's going to depend on when I can get that up and going. But I'm looking forward to this process. It's going to be a little bit of a learning thing for me, and I'll be sharing with you guys along the way too. So if the audio is not on your favorite podcast platform, the video will be here on YouTube, and it will be not only the one-on-ones where it's just kind of me talking and going over some things. It'll be like this. And when I wind up having an interview, it'll either be, split screen or flipping back and forth between me and the guest, or it may just be live and in person with a multicam setup. So it's trying to, on this channel, with everything really being about just sharing God's love and encouraging you to live by faith, it's one that I think this will add to the channel as almost a separate show. So kind of like how your favorite TV network has multiple shows, this is going to be the podcast show. And so it'll be there. It'll be long form content. Most people will probably not want to watch the whole thing all the way through. Some of you might. Either way, that's what my plan is. So that's going to be what's going on. I am looking forward to this process. You guys will know as soon as it hits. You'll be able to, if you have subscribed and you've hit that bell, you'll get the notification as soon as that first podcast is up and going. And then you'll be able to go check it out on your favorite platforms. So I'll keep doing that. I'll keep announcing it. But really, I think that's all about I got for tonight. Don't have much else, no other big announcements. So I just want to thank you guys all for being here, all for joining with me tonight. I'm going to keep this one short. It has been a busy week and I got a lot more work here to do. So that's it. I'm going to bid you adieu. Signing off. I just want you all to stay blessed, enjoy God's best, and have a good day.